Are the cameras all good at the back? Yeah, excellent. Okay, we've got England assistant coach Tim Southee. We're going to start with the UK media as always, so we'll just go with the gentleman here in the middle in the second row. Yep, David, go ahead, please.
Hi Tim, I'll get the obvious question out the way. How's it been in the rival camp? I know you obviously did this job when we were in New Zealand back in November. Does it make a difference now that we're in a tournament and there's something riding on it?
Yeah, it is a little bit strange seeing the guys around the hotel, and obviously with that series in New Zealand end of last year. But yeah, it's a great opportunity to work with the England side. But yeah, you always want New Zealand cricket to do well. Always follow them closely. But yeah, with now in the role that I'm in, it's things are slightly different, and looking forward to going out there against a good side and some good mates as well.
Can I just ask what you make? Sorry, not maybe what we make, but how's it been working with Jofra? And yeah, what do you make of him as well?
Yeah, brilliant. He's obviously a class bowler, and played a bit against him, but getting to know him in a different level over the last almost a year has been brilliant, and to see him and how he goes about his stuff and just chatting. Absolutely loves cricket, loves bowling. So yeah, it's been great to work alongside. Such a great bowler.
Do you work with him anything specifically? Jamie was talking the other day about how you've helped him with his length, so I mean, you can maybe talk a bit about that. But with Jofra, is there anything you specifically tell him or try to sort of influence on him, or do you just sort of just let him go?
No, he's inquisitive. He like I said, he loves cricket, loves chatting cricket. So a lot of informal chats around just cricket and how he's going. And I think the last few games he's sort of kicked into another gear, and hopefully he continues in that way over the next few games as well. But yeah, nothing in particular. I think he's got such a great skill set. Someone that can bowl fast, move the ball, unbelievable amount of skill. Sometimes almost having too much skill and just trying to narrow down on what's effective at the time. So yeah, I think he's been brilliant in the last few games for us, and hopefully can continue that over the next few games.
We'll go to Simon just in front, and then gentleman here.
The other day, Jamie Overton was talking to us about the work you've done with him on modifying his lengths for these conditions, and obviously it seems to have benefited him. Can you talk a bit about that?
I look at Jamie as a bowler, and he's got so many great attributes. He's a big guy, can bowl fast, can move the ball, and a lot of the time, big guys, they tend to bowl on the slightly shorter side, and you come to this part of the world where the service is slightly slower, that may not be effective. So it's just about those guys and any bowler trying to be effective in all parts of the world, not just the conditions you sort of grow up in. So for him, we've just been having a few chats around what lengths may work. Obviously jumping between having the series here and then having to go to India and then now coming back. It's although you're in the subcontinent, it's all slightly different everywhere you go. Even from here to Pallekele, slightly different. So just making sure guys, and Gemma's great to work with. He's keen to learn and evolve his game as well. So that's just one of the things we've been chatting a lot about.
And Jofra's been bowling brilliantly the last few games, but at the very start of the tournament, perhaps less well. Has anything changed with him? Have you worked with him at all to bring his levels up like they have?
No, I think it just comes with he's obviously coming back from an injury that he suffered during the Ashes, and played the T20 series here against Sri Lanka. But just getting back into the groove, you're playing against sides you probably haven't seen a lot. Sometimes the faster you bowl and the guys are sort of throwing their hands at it, that can, in this format, you can walk off and not have the results you're after. But I think the good sign is that we've seen over the last few games he looks like he's getting better and better. So that bodes well for the next few games.
England haven't played the perfect game yet, as players have admitted to us after every one of them. Pressure is kind of off this one. They've already qualified for the semi-finals. Do you think that might help players to up their performance levels for this next fixture, or does it not really make a difference?
No, I think everyone wants to do well every time you play. The nature of cricket is you miss out a lot more than you don't. So I think everyone wants to go out and do well. I think it's a sign of a great sign in this side. We had a great T20 series win against Sri Lanka in these conditions, and we've only dropped one game in the last however many games, and we've won in different ways, which is a great sign that we haven't played the perfect game or or played a complete performance across all three formats, but we've still found ways to win, which is a good sign. And I think you look at the nature of the set, the lineup. If it does come off and we do have the perfect game, then it should be a great one to witness. But I think at the moment, different guys chipping in, different guys contributing. Someone like Will Jacks in a reasonably new role for him. To be able to come in and have the impact he's had in this tournament, and I'm sure those other guys that haven't contributed as much as they would have liked will are only a small margin away from being their brilliant selves as well.
Let's go to our left-hand side here. Go ahead.
Yeah. We saw New Zealand adapting on the fly to some of the conditions out there yesterday. Just in terms of the team with you guys, how well do you think you're equipped to kind of adapt to the different conditions and adjust as the game goes on?
Yeah, I think we've got a very well balanced side. You obviously come here and it seems to be a bit heavier on the spin side. I think you look at the bowlers and the batters that offer you a spin option as well. When you come to grounds like this, we saw in the last T20 in Palakelli in the Tri-Series where Jacob Bethel came in and had such a big impact. So having the ability to have guys that if it is seam friendly and it is spin friendly to be able to chop and change, much like the New Zealand side. I think we saw last night the ability to have bowlers that can then bowl you a few overs when you get into a game and the surface offers something like that. It's very handy to have. So I think both sides have got pretty well balanced lineups that can cover both pace and seam.
And just building on that last question, there's still not been any sort of real statement victory for you guys. But now aside from tomorrow's game, just 2 games away from essentially another World Cup win. Is it a positive that you kind of haven't hit top gear, or is it something you're concerned about?
No, I think it's been brilliant that, like I touched on earlier, about how we've been able to win in different ways and different guys stepping up. And a lot of the time, the guys that aren't as well known for being the dangerous players. I mentioned Will Jacks, Jamie Overton, guys like that who have come in and had big impacts. Dawson. So yeah, I think although we haven't played the perfect game and to sit here with being already qualified with the game to go, it's only a good thing, and hopefully we can string a few good performances together over the next few games.
Hi team, you've spoken about the conditions here, but just going back to it, what are you expecting out of Colombo basically? You've played at Palakkale, Mumbai, Kolkata, and sort of venues which are much faster than what you'll be on offer here. So in terms of just, could you talk us about the conditions and how you're looking to skin the cat basically at this venue?
Yeah, slightly different. We've seen spins played such a big part here. It's a big ground and offered plenty for the spinners. So, it doesn't mean seamers can't have an impact. We've seen seamers still have an impact over in the games as well. Matt Henry last night starting things off. So I think touching back on the balance of the side, being able to have guys that can offer spin options, and as well as having obviously pace bowlers and plenty of spin options. Both sides, I think, have multiple options on a surface like that.
Any more questions? Dave, and then we'll finish with Rex as well. David, then we'll do it, I think.
Could I just ask about your role? Obviously, you left during the Ashes to take up a freelance gig. You're back now. How did that go? And what is your role going for? Is it just for this World Cup, or is it on a rolling basis? I'm very grateful for the opportunity to work with such a great side, and I've loved the time I've had. I had a 2-year existing deal in the ILT20, which I had to fulfil. They obviously moved the dates from January to December, which clashed with the Ashes. But being a part of the build-up in the first Ashes test was unbelievable. I would have loved to have been a part of all 5, working with the guys in the English summer and then in the build-up, and just being a part of an Ashes series, being a Kiwi kid, to have that opportunity to work with the England side in the Ashes series was awesome. It was just unfortunate that the dates were changed and I guess fulfilling a 2-year contract with in the ILT20. So it's disappointing. I would have loved to have been there for all 5, and hopefully can continue to work with them, building some good relationships with the bowlers, and really enjoying offering back to the game that's given me so much, and the opportunity to work with, like I said, a great cricketing team, and plenty of skillful bowlers. Sorry, it is a rolling deal, is it? It's like sort of series on series World Cup on?
Yeah, well, at the moment, with obviously a few playing commitments still last year, we'll get through this World Cup and then go from there. But yeah, like I said, I'd love to continue working with these guys. Loved it so far. Love working with Brendan and the other coaches as well.
Simon, last one and then we're done. Thank you.
So we're now at the business end of a World Cup, maximum of 3 games to go. Is the atmosphere in the group any different now, like, given the focus and the tension and the pressure, than it was, say, in New Zealand in October?
I think you turn up in a bilateral series and you turn up to a World Cup. It's slightly different. Obviously, there's a little bit more at stake. But I think we came here to obviously get through the initial part and then get through the Super 8s, and we've done that. And obviously one more step to go. But the mood in the camp's brilliant. It's a side that all the lads get on so well. Great spirit amongst the group, and we're looking forward to tomorrow. I think you can't cast your eyes too far forward, although we've qualified. We've got a great opportunity for them to go out and represent England again tomorrow against a good New Zealand side, which should be a good game on what will probably be a tricky surface.
Just lastly, there's been a bit of focus on Josh Buttler, a wonderful player who's just a bit short of form. How is he around the group? Does he internalise these things, or can you not really see any difference in him?
No, Joss. I've played with Joss and played a lot against Joss, and one of the most dangerous white ball batters to have played the game. I think when you're that good and you have a little blip, then I guess you feel a little bit more pressure. But he's hitting it as well as he has in the nets. I'm sure he's only a couple of good strikes away from another amazing innings that we've seen so many of from Joss over the years. So he's doing his business, doing everything he can to go out and perform, and that's the hard thing about a batter. You sort of have a couple of low ones, but it doesn't take away from all the great things he's done for England and in T20 cricket over the years.